where we bring you trusted analysis on currency movements that mainstream headlines often miss. If you've got Vietnamese dong stored away, maybe tucked into a drawer or a safe, it might be time to take another look, because what once seemed like a long-shot investment could be on the verge of something major. Recent financial chatter backed by credible signals suggests a significant revaluation of the Vietnamese dong could be closer than anyone expected. Not theory, not rumors, real data from behind the curtain of institutional systems. For years, we've focused on the Iraqi dinar and its evolving monetary strategy. But today, we're turning our lens to Vietnam's currency. And this time, it's not about hearsay from online forums. It's about real-world infrastructure updates, subtle shifts in forex data, and quiet preparation within financial institutions. While the media remains mostly silent, insiders and analysts are watching the Vietnamese dong closely, and the developments are hard to ignore. Over the past 2 decades, Vietnam's economy has grown exponentially. From humble beginnings as an agricultural society, the country has transformed into a regional manufacturing powerhouse. Major corporations from across North America, Asia, and Europe have invested billions into Vietnamese production, technology, and workforce development. The country now holds several trade agreements with major economies, increasing its influence and economic reach. Yet through all this growth, Vietnam has maintained a weak currency by design. An undervalued dong gave Vietnam a trade advantage, making their exports more affordable on the global market. That's no longer sustainable. Global institutions are pushing for fairer monetary practices, and Vietnam is beginning to adjust accordingly. What's happening behind closed doors is even more intriguing. Several internal banking networks have begun recalibrating rate systems involving the dong. Rates like 1.12, 1.85, and even 2.45 per 1,000 VND have quietly surfaced on internal financial platforms, not accessible to the public. At the same time, Vietnam's digital banking systems are undergoing upgrades, and government financial planning has included revaluation simulations. These are not isolated events. They point toward a coordinated and highly structured currency adjustment. Institutions like the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and Asian Development Bank have been actively involved with Vietnam's monetary policy for years. They've helped shape reserve management strategies and offered frameworks for capital controls and inflation stabilization. These are not speculative actors. They operate on policy, not hype. Their involvement adds weight to the growing evidence that Vietnam is not only considering a currency shift, but preparing for one. What does this mean for you if you're holding Vietnamese dong? Well, if you've acquired dong at past rates and held on to it, you may be sitting on an asset that's no longer speculative but potentially undervalued. That said, this won't be a process where you simply walk into a bank and exchange it like a tourist at an airport kiosk. This will be a regulated and documented procedure, possibly including appointments, redemption protocols, and verification requirements. Those with receipts, proof of authenticity, and proper documentation will likely be prioritized and may even qualify for better rates. If you're holding Vietnamese dong today, the most important thing you can do is secure it properly. Treat it with the same care you'd give to precious documents or valuables. Use a fireproof safe at home or a trusted bank safety deposit box. Photograph each note, record serial numbers, and store those records in a separate, secure digital location. This step is critical in proving ownership if needed. Equally important is your paperwork. Locate receipts, invoices, or certificates of authenticity from your currency purchase. Then scan everything and store it in encrypted cloud storage as a backup. Paper can be lost or damaged. Digital copies ensure you're protected. You'll also want to identify local financial institutions that handle high-volume foreign currency exchanges. Don't mention revaluation. That will raise flags or get you dismissed. Instead, ask practical, professional questions about procedures for exchanging large volumes of currency and how long such processes typically take. One of the most overlooked aspects of preparation is having a qualified fiduciary financial advisor, not a flashy salesperson, but someone bound by law to act in your best interest. When this event becomes public, you may face options: cashing out immediately, reinvesting, or holding for staged redemptions. Some choices might trigger heavy tax liabilities. Others may offer paths to preserve your wealth over time. A good advisor will help you evaluate those options with clarity and logic, not emotion. It's also important to be cautious. Events like this attract bad actors. Scammers will exploit the moment, offering fake deals, unofficial redemption sites, or urgent emails claiming to be from institutions. Don't engage. Real banks do not send unsolicited offers, and true professionals will never ask for your personal details over email or social media. Always verify who you're dealing with, and if something feels off, walk away. What's unfolding with the Vietnamese dong is more than just a monetary adjustment. It's a reflection of a broader global transition. For decades, the US dollar has held dominance in international trade. But now, countries around the world, especially members of the BRICS alliance, are building systems to reduce dollar dependence. That includes alternative payment networks, digital currencies, and bilateral agreements settled in local denominations. Vietnam is aligning with this momentum, joining a group of emerging economies anchoring their value in production, innovation, and economic strength, rather than debt. So when will this become public? That's the question everyone's asking. Right now we're seeing changes within institutional rate platforms, systems not accessible to the public. Historically, once these internal systems shift, public announcements often follow within days or weeks. Watch closely for changes in digital banking platforms within Vietnam. These subtle tech updates are the real early indicators. Will everyone receive the same rate? That's unlikely. Past events suggest there will be tiered systems based on volume, verification, and perhaps reinvestment intent. Those with full documentation, higher holdings, and long-term strategy may be offered better terms. That's why preparation matters so much. It won't be a first-come, first-served system. It'll be structured and tiered. So let's be clear, this isn't a scam. The revaluation movement is supported by economic policies, IMF consultations, and evidence from live platforms. But scams will always follow real opportunities. Stay grounded, stay sharp, and protect your investment by staying informed. Thank you for watching Iraqi Dinar News. If this helped you prepare, hit like, subscribe, and share this with anyone holding VND. Comment below. Do you feel ready? Have your documents and plans in place? Let's build a community of informed, disciplined investors. We'll be back soon with more updates. Until then, stay ready. The financial shift is real and it's already in motion. Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News, where we bring you trusted analysis on currency movements that mainstream headlines often miss. If you've got Vietnamese dong stored away, maybe tucked into a drawer or a safe, it might be time to take another look. Because what once seemed like a long-shot investment could be on the verge of something major. Recent financial chatter backed by credible signals suggests a significant revaluation of the Vietnamese dong could be closer than anyone expected. Not theory, not rumors, real data from behind the curtain of institutional systems. For years, we've focused on the Iraqi dinar and its evolving monetary strategy. But today, we're turning our lens to Vietnam's currency. And this time, it's not about hearsay from online forums. It's about real-world infrastructure updates, subtle shifts in forex data, and quiet preparation within financial institutions. While the media remains mostly silent, insiders and analysts are watching the Vietnamese dong closely, and the developments are hard to ignore. Over the past 2 decades, Vietnam